for talking loud, and you know plenty. You know what I'm talking about, cause you just get me. Yeah, you so pretty. If everything is dipped in gold, then baby it will never grow. Everything sweet ain't sugar-coated. What a lie.
Everybody come to the front of the room, okay? Because I'm about to clock all you fucking colorist tea, okay? Y'all get on this internet Sunday through Sunday and y'all drag Claressa Shields, right? For being with somebody's husband, right? Latto is pregnant by a man who is legally married and has a wife. In fact, it was alleged that when Latto and him had broke up at one point, he was back on a date with the wife, out to dinner, took the wife to dinner. Stop being a colorist on the internet. Claressa Shields gets up here with papoose. Y'all smoke her every fucking day, and this is how I know that y'all are colorists, and y'all need to check your fucking self. Remy Ma got on the internet and told everybody how they were still legally married. I love Remy. That's why I love Remy so much. Why do y'all do that? Why do y'all pick and choose which bones you want to take or which bones you want to throw? You understand? Like, that is somebody's husband still, but because Latto is light-skinned or mixed, it's not a big deal, right?
Someone asked me what was the difference between Claressa Shields and Latto. First of all, Claressa Shields is always attacking Papoose' wife. If you're with someone's husband, you're not supposed to be attacking their wife, especially if you're confident in your position. That's how we know that you're not confident that this man really wants to be with you, because you always have to attack his wife. And I've been through that before, where a woman will really be with my husband, laying in the bed with him and everything, and wake up to him. But she would go on my social media page every morning and be sick because I'm unbothered. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of these women that be with your husbands, they're very bothered. Latto handled her situation, yeah, she's having a baby by a married man, but she handled her situation with class. She's never coming after 21 Savage's wife. She's never bashing her, never even mentioning her, and never even mentioning him. So that's the difference.
I've seen a lot of different comparison videos where people are saying it's a colorism thing between the Claressa Shields situations and Latto. And let me say this. I believe, first and foremost, here's some of the things that I think differs in the situations. One, Latto ain't technically came out and really confirmed nothing, right? Everything's truthfully been all speculation. It's like everybody is saying this is, who she's pregnant by, but technically she hasn't said nothing. But let me just play along for the sake of the argument, right? As far as the colorism thing between, Claressa and Latto, because I don't like when we do the whole Willie Lynch thing when it comes between black people at the end of the day, because we all black. It don't matter who lighter shade or darker shade. That's some Willie Lynch shit that they got us arguing about, and we still doing it to this day. So it's in full effect. But nonetheless, I'm gonna entertain it real quick. The thing about this is that I would say is different. See, Claressa, in a way, and I rock with Claressa as a boxer. As a boxer, I rock with her. But in a way, at times, she makes herself unlikable. Okay? It don't got shit to do with the shade or anything of her skin or whatever. She makes herself unlikable by certain shit she says that she don't have to say. Like, for example, when she comes out and starts talking about she could be Mel Box's ass. It's like, Claressa, why you say that? You ain't have to say that shit. Like, you disrespecting a lot of the male boxers that's even in your entourage. When you over here, saying that you can beat certain boxers, male boxers, basically disrespecting the shit out of the male boxers you even hang with, like Shakur. You basically saying, in a way, you might as well beat his ass. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that it's a difference between, if those are the situations, if that is her baby father or whatever, and you talking about all these baby mamas and all that would be the same thing if that is who her baby father is. But at the same time, I think, even though Latto may be in the same situation, I think she might be more likable, right? As far as just personality wise, and stuff like that. And Claressa, she does a lot. She does a lot. But if you really want to be on it, man, sometimes we gotta get on the man too. Some of these niggas accountable. Cause Pat, why you moving older? You ain't got a divorce, and you all out here in a full-fledged relationship with her and talking like this your woman. He should be getting a divorce too. So should 21. You feel? If that's the case, and if that is the situation, you feel me? So we gotta hold everybody accountable. But then that's why everybody really gotta just mind our business. That's what I'm gonna say, man. But I don't think it's just a colorism between light skin, dark skin, and stuff like that. I definitely think this comes down to who's more likable now. Like I said, Claressa does some things and says some things. It's like, you ain't had to say that shit. Why did you say that? And why you talking so rude about it? Why you talking so up to like your shit don't stink? That's why I think she get a lot of the responses she does.
Because once upon a time, you were a cool, smart, funny, interesting girl, and now you're just a bitch with a man. That is Glorilla performing at a club, her hit song, and she changed the lyrics. You know, the original lyrics of the song is, I ain't got no, and no, ain't got me, right? Now she has a boyfriend, she's dating like some NBA player, and she switched lyrics. And like, number one, it gets weird with you bitches. Let's start at that, number one. Number two, is this your first crush ever? Like, is this the first time a man has ever looked at you? Is that why you're so excited? If we're gonna have a conversation about female rap and why female rap is not as progressive as it should be, right? Like, it should be this huge feminist movement, and it is not. And the reason why is because the rap girls love and want to die by their man. Like, the only thing in this world they care about is their man. And they prove that time and time and time again. Like, if you are wondering why the rap girls are not making history, right? Like, why the rap girls are like, who should be these figures that move progress along for women in general, right? Who should be breaking all of these records? The answer as to why we hardly see that happen is because all they care about in this world is their man. And they would put their man above their career. They would put their man above their ambition time and time and time again. I talk about this all the time when it comes to Sweetie and people wondering like why Sweetie is not more successful, right? And it's obviously like, yes, because talent, but like Sexy Red isn't that talented either. And she has a career, right? Sweetie's biggest problem is that for female rap, the place that we're in with female rap, for it to survive, they need to lean off of each other, right? Like most of like Latto's a great example, right? Like Latto didn't really have that many hits until she started collaborating with all the girls. Then all of a sudden we saw Latto's star power rise, right? Like at the very minimum, there is a surface level girlhood amongst the rap girls, and that is why they're successful. Sweetie doesn't have that success because she doesn't have access to that girlhood because they have all alienated her. And the reason why they've alienated her is because of the rumors that she fucked Offset. And that's not out of loyalty to Cardi B. It is because if it's one thing on this world the rap girls don't play about, it is fucking their man. Somebody's their man, like you crossed that line and you did the unforgivable, you fuck somebody's man, nope, you're out of here. None of us want anything to do with you. None of us want even want to look in your general direction. And I'm not saying that they're wrong for like drawing that boundary with her and being like, we don't want you around our man if that's how you move. I'm not saying they're 100% wrong for that, but I am saying it's interesting that we've seen the other rap girls do more egregious things and the other girls don't care. They're like, that's none of our business. She didn't do it to me, so I don't care. But this is the one thing that made them draw the line in the sand. Like somebody like Bia or JT could easily go and hit up Sweetie and like work with her, but they won't because they don't want Sweetie around their man. But it's crazy because then they all will hang out with nickiminaj, and nickiminaj is making fun of someone's dead mother, and that's like, to me, an unforgivable, disgusting act. And they don't give a fuck. Like, oh, she didn't do it to us, so we don't care. But like messing around with somebody's man, that's a sin that is no one will forgive. And like, it's just really interesting to me where your moralities lie. And then this whole thing where like you get a boyfriend and then you all of a sudden you rebrand and you make your entire brand about your boyfriend. You can't help but to bring your boyfriend to work. You can't help but to bring up your boyfriend in songs when it's 100% not necessary. Like no one's telling you not to date. No one's telling you not to be in love. But why all of a sudden are you bringing him into your brand? Changing lyrics to fit him, making songs about my man. It's weird to me, especially when we are watching Cardi B right now in real time on a sold out tour, having to have 2 mute challenges during her song. Yes, the Bia part, and then also every single time that she mentions Offset in a song, she has to sit there looking like an idiot in silence because she doesn't want to rap his name. Who could have told you that putting him in your songs, putting his names in your song was a bad fucking idea? Who could have guessed that? Now you want to throw up a little bit every single time you hear the lyrics, Cardi put that pussy on Offset. Who told you to say that? Who told you to say that? When you go into the studio, why don't you all leave your men at home? It reminds me a lot, I talk about this a lot with like the influencer girls, right? Who will get really popular and create this like female dominated space where they're doing their hair and their makeup and they're going out and they're partying and it's super cute and it's super fun. And then they get a boyfriend and they bring their boyfriend into their brand. And they make their entire brand about their boyfriend. And how I say all the time, like it's such a mistake to me. Like it's such a dumb choice. Similar to like the influencer girls and the rap girls, it's not lost on me that they make these platforms off of being like in these female dominated zones, right? Because influencing is a female dominated industry, right? And for the most part, especially like kind of influencing with like makeup and things like that, cater directly to women.
So you entering these safe spaces and creating a name for yourself and creating a platform for yourself. We're all going to be girls and we're going to prioritize loving each other and being cutesy and being fun. And then halfway through doing a bait and switch and suddenly making it about your man. Making it about how much you love your man. Making it about how much you're so much better than everybody else because you have a man and they don't. Like, it really does scream right-wing pipeline. Because if you work in a female-dominated space, why would a man be there? Why would you be bringing up a man?
Cardi B's behavior with Latto doesn't surprise me at all. I have a theory that you can really tell how a woman is going to be with another woman based off of her history with men and how she tends to be with men. Not saying that Latto isn't a bird, but between Cardi and Latto, I would say that Cardi is big bird. We're talking Sesame Street bird, like one of the highest levels of bird that you could ever be. When you have women that are that dumb when it comes to men, any woman in that woman's vicinity is going to always have to catch a stray. No matter what, she's going to have to always catch a stray because at the end of the day, Cardi just sees women as a means to an end while she does whatever she wants to do with men. She sees women as a means to an end when it comes to her career, when it comes to the projects that she is doing, when it comes to her relevancy. It's very, very rare that you are going to find women that chronically have negative involvements with men like Cardi does and be able to prioritize solidarity, loyalty, and things like that with other women. It's very, very hard to find that when you're dealing with women like Cardi. Because why couldn't your baby daddy be pussy? Why couldn't your ex-husband be pussy? Why does the smoke always have to come towards a woman that you try to sit here and publicly say, oh yeah, I respect her, like I'm cool with her, yada, 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 and then to feel some type of way when that woman wants to pull back her energy and decide to not deal with you anymore after all of that's happening? You can't sit here and tell me that out of all of the experiences that you've had with people, the first person that you want to call pussy in a situation is going to be a woman that you claim to be friends with, a woman that you claim that you're cool with. This is the reason why I be cool on women that have terrible pussy management themselves and have terrible management when it comes to how they have their emotions in check when it comes to men, how they handle men. If a woman doesn't know how to handle men properly, she's not going to be able to know how to handle women. She's only going to have women in her orbit for her own agenda. That's it, that's all. And it's really funny because Cardi tried to have the peace offering be a tangible object, such as a bag. Didn't Offset repeatedly do that to Cardi B whenever he cheated? Whenever he publicly humiliated her, doing public proposals, doing these grand gestures of peace offerings to get her to forget about what it was that he had did. The man that a woman chooses to deal with and that she repeatedly chooses to deal with, she's dealing with her mirror. So none of this behavior is shocking to me because look who she was married to. Look who she decided to give multiple children to. But he's not pussy. He's not the first person that's coming to your mind to decide to call that. It's another woman that you're claiming to decide, oh, you know what, don't compare me to her because I'm not like her.
Y'all don't realize how green these celebrity girlies really are. A lot of these celebrity girlies been locked and trapped in the house because they parents, like, I don't know if you realize, a lot of these celebrities wasn't outside as kids, wasn't in regular high school, didn't really have regular life experiences. So them getting famous is really the first time they get to taste, being around niggas freely, doing what they want to do freely. A lot of these celebrity girlies are really green. Like, when you look back at the way they got pregnant or the way they end up in these relationships, it just be like, oh, this is your first nigga. This is the first time you really had a boyfriend. This your first grown man. This your first get money nigga. Like, you could tell. Like, it's no way you letting that old ass nigga with 3 kids and a wife impregnate you, bro. All these get money single niggas out here that you could have bagged up, rich niggas, no. Another perfect example of this is Halle Bailey.
That's another one that was in the house, never been outside. Extra green. First real relationship, boom. Keep the baby. Like, you bitches be green. Kiki Palmer, another one that was homeschooled probably, was in the house all the time, ain't never really get to be outside with the regular kids. Green as fuck. First real nigga. Y'all letting them, you keeping the baby, like, oh my God. These bitches, you could tell they ain't never been outside. And they getting pregnant by niggas who been outside. Y'all getting pregnant by niggas who was outside when they didn't get famous till they was older. Y'all parents had y'all in get-rich boot camps since y'all was little girls. Y'all parents was trying to make y'all a meal ticket since y'all was little girls. So y'all never really was outside because they was protecting their investment. These niggas ain't get famous until they was old. So they already experienced life. So oh my God, these new girls are so green. Oh my God. Oh, these new girls are so green. These bitches ain't never been outside, and the first time they come outside, they letting a nigga get them pregnant. Like, that's all they know. Y'all, think about it. Think of these celebrity girlies as a girl that go to public school, like a private school girl that go to public school for the first time, and she open. Her nose is open by the worst nigga in the school. All the girls is trying to tell her, but she thinking because she knew they just jealous. That's how these celebrity girlies act. Y'all so green. Y'all been in the house. They don't know the game. That's why when they rapping and singing about bullshit, I'm just listening like, shut up, girl. You just got outside. Oh, my God. Sky Jackson is another one. Soon as this little girl got to be outside, look what she get pregnant by. Like, you could tell they been in the house, like entangled, like Shrek and Fiona. They been in the top of the house, locked up. Soon as they come outside, they like wild. Oh, my God. Niggas, hood niggas. Oh, my God, niggas. That's how they act. Like, oh, my God.
Misery love company. They want you to be crying like them, and they want you to be in a relationship with an ain't shit nigga like them, and like, nah, babe, that ain't the reality over here. I'm sorry that you can't relate. I'm sorry. We praying for you. I hope you experience a love like this one day.
First of all, don't wish nothing like that on my goddamn life, for real. Second of all, if 21 wanted to claim you, he would have been claimed you. We've been seeing 21 in a couple of relationships for real, especially the one with him and Amber Rose. And he was out at the slut walk and everything, supporting her and whatever he had to do. And on top of that, we know that 21 is a lover boy. He loves R&B and stuff like that. But let me tell you about you. I really feel bad for you, and I don't wish anything bad for Latto, for real. But in reality, we all know how thug niggas roll. Being that you're the third baby mama, and this your first child, already lets me know what I need to know. But to sit up here and make it seem like you have the best relationship in the world when he hasn't even taken up for you since you've been claiming him. Ever since we found y'all on vacation, we had already saw the tattoo behind your neck, behind your ear. But the point I'm making is, like, he has never came out and said, yeah, this is my girlfriend. I'm committed to her and I love her. That's all it takes. The way you're acting, my man, it just shows that this is your first hood nigga. You're literally showing the white side of you, or miss low body count. This your first boyfriend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because bitches who've been with hood niggas or whatever, like how 21 Savage is, we already know what to expect. And what you're talking about is going to be a slap in your face one day. I'm not wishing this on you. I just wish you knew better.
Misery love company.
What's up, y'all? I hope all is well. But anywho, I wanted to address this old controversy. Well, it's not even controversy, but I guess this talking point that some people were touting a couple weeks ago, saying that it was colorism, that Latto was quote unquote getting passes for having a child with a married man versus Claressa Shields, and some people were saying that this is colorism. And so I just want to get into the performative male worshiper exposedness of this talking point. And I didn't make a video about this at the time because I figured y'all were tired of me waxing poetic about the whole Latto situation because I had made like 7 shorts about it. And that's because the response was ridiculous. Honestly, not surprising because, like I said in one of my mini shorts, they set up mixed and light skinned women to look stupid and to be dragged. And I'm not saying Latto looks stupid because she's pregnant, but I'm just saying they set light skinned women up for these types of reactions and for these types of dynamics, and they gas you up and say, "Oh yeah, you're the preference, you get the privilege, you're on the pedestal," and then when black men do inevitably what they do to women regardless of skin color or race, then they turn around and drag the light-skinned woman and want to bring her down and want to say, ha ha, you thought you was all that. Meanwhile, this is a narrative that they push out, like but anyway, I'm not here to get into that, and that's not me trying to victim blame Latto, but I do want light-skinned women to become more cognizant of this, because I do feel like the just going with the flow and like lack of self-awareness, like that's not benefiting anybody. And people who mean the best for you are going to tell you the truth, not wait till something bad happens to you then triangulate you in a dynamic with another black man worshiper and then live vicariously through both of y'all. It's just like, I don't know what's going on here. But anywho, so anyway, I thought it was rich that you had some people saying that Latto's quote unquote not being held accountable and that she's not getting dragged because of colorism. And it's like, all I saw for 3 days straight was Latto being dragged. Like, I don't know what algorithm other people have, but I did not see any shows of support for her. I did not see anybody saying, oh my God, this is so cute, I want to be just like Latto. I did not see anybody praising this. I just saw negativity. So I don't know where that narrative was coming from, saying that she wasn't being dragged or that people were praising her and they wouldn't have praised her if she was dark skinned. I didn't see anybody praising her. I didn't see anything positive about it at all. Like, honestly, like, one of the reasons why I kind of feel bad for her, even though like I have my own perspectives of the whole dynamic that I'm not gonna get into because the child is already here, like, just no point. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I just was not disappointed with how much negativity, but it was a bit strange. But then it wasn't at the same time, because this is what black people do. Like, every 6 to 8 business days, they find another Afro descent woman to drag. So I kind of wasn't surprised. But yeah, I am surprised about the whole Claressa Shields versus Latto comparison, because first of all, where do I even start with that? We can definitely start at the expectation that black men worshipers have that other women are more respectful of people's marriage vows than the husband themselves. It is not other women's job to protect the marriage vows of a man. If 21 Savage respected his marriage, respected his wife, respected his other family unit, first of all, he wouldn't have had the rumors about him and Latto spreading to begin with, because I've been hearing about them dating for like at least 3 or 4 years. The fact that there's all these rumors but he won't be seen with you should tell you everything you need to know. Now again, the child is already here. I'm not trying to be too harsh on her because she's already got a thorough lashing. She don't need me to add on to it, but I do try to give my constructive criticism to light-skinned women in the members because you got a lot of snowflakes. But anywho, but yeah, like, I don't understand why women of African descent are even comfortable having children with men that won't publicly claim them, let alone won't even take you on a public date, regardless of the marriage status or anything. I think that that's really strange, because there are plenty of side chicks and men that are married that are out here parading their baby mama around and doing maternity pics and all types of things. The fact that he wouldn't even be seen with her for years is really strange to me and tells me everything I need to know. First of all, 21 Savage ain't popping like that to be trying to keep his marriage on the low or keep his relationship on the low. Nobody's looking at him as like an eligible bachelor. Nobody was ever physically checking for 21 Savage like that. So it was actually in benefit to him to align himself with Latto. The fact that he has never publicly aligned with Latto, that tells me that there's some type of emotional connection there with the wife. That tells me he still cares about that wife. He still cares about that marriage. And I'm bringing this up because this is the thing. Black men worshipers are like, oh, that's crazy to be pregnant by a married man. No, it's crazy that a married man who clearly still cares about his wife and his relationship with said wife will go out and get another woman pregnant. Another woman that's a high profile celebrity as well. And that's been publicly claiming him. Like, niggas won't put 2 and 2 together. Like, the whole dynamic is just stupid. Like, clearly there's a reason you're keeping this girl a secret and she's a whole celebrity. You're not a secret on her timeline, but she's a secret on your timeline, her and your wife. Like, and it's just crazy to me that they don't have the brain capacity to put two and two together, that 21 Savage is the problem here. Honestly, did Latto make a bird ass decision by having a child with somebody who won't even publicly claim you just out of a simple respect thing? Unfortunately, yes. Especially after, doing all that, oh, I pop a plan B and I'll do all this. And let's bring that up as well, because I saw a lot of black men worshipers bring that up as well. Get it. But I did see a lot of black men worshipers talking about she made her whole personality not having kids. Now, this is the thing. Black men worshipers get offended at women of African descent who make a big deal out of being single and child free, because that's striking a nerve to them. Either they want that or they have kids already, so it's triggering for them that you don't want to live your life in the same way. I never got the vibe that Latto was making being child free her whole personality. And then why is that so triggering for you, and why does that bother you? So that told me a lot about black worshipers right there, that they were saying basically, ha ha, nana boo boo, now you're a baby mama just like the rest of us, and you rapped about being single and child free in your being single and child free in your raps. And that's because, let's be real here, y'all was waiting for an excuse to drag this girl. Y'all never really like Latto like that. Let's be for real here, because y'all don't like mixed people who run around talking about they mixed, they biracial, they light skin. Y'all do not like that. So yeah, one of the reasons why they were waiting to pounce and waiting to attack her is because they never genuinely liked her, and they were never gonna genuinely support her. I'm not going to say they were never going to, but it was going to take a lot. It wasn't going to just take a name change, because you had came out the bat doing something that you knew that was going to position certain types of closed-minded black people against you from the jump. So they were waiting for her to do something to pounce on her about. This was years worth of dragging. Now, I think they respected it when she came for Nicki Minaj. I think that she was starting to earn her stripes, and people were starting to like take a liking to her, because I do think she's a likable person, and I do think she's really talented. But yeah, unfortunately, I do think that they were waiting for a chance to attack her, and this was the perfect opportunity. And I don't think they really give a shit about his marriage vows. They don't really care about their relationship, because if we did, they would be dragging Latto. They would be dragging Future and Metro Boomin the way that they drag Latto. They never drag those men because they don't really care about the relationships of the marriage. They just want to see women like Latto and, what's that girl that was dealing with Future, Dolly something, Gorgeous Doll or something. They love seeing women like those types of women humiliated, because I don't know. It's a very weird dynamic on social media, but it's like they like watching them and living vicariously through them on social media, but they also like seeing them be humiliated by black men, because it's like kind of feels like it's bringing them down to other black women's level. It's a really weird dynamic.
Not to continue to beat a dead horse, but better safe than trampled, so pass me a bat and let's go at it again. When the girls pop out pregnant and I express my disappointment in the choices that they're making, everyone in the comments is like, without a ring, without a ring, without a ring. And I feel like they think that I align with that, when personally I'm not a marriage warrior. I don't even particularly believe in marriage, especially not from a woman who makes a certain amount of money. Now, as a side note, I do think it's interesting and very telling in certain situations, like for example with Holly and DDG, when they were still together after they had the baby, and he went and did an interview and he was asked like, oh, do you see yourself getting married? And they're like, yeah, well, we're not at that stage yet, but I definitely see us having more kids. Same thing with Big Sean, Janae Aiko, right, where he wasn't proposing to her because they weren't there yet, but got her pregnant. When men do that, what they are telling you is not just how they feel about you, but also what they are telling you is that they see fatherhood as optional. They see being a parent as optional. They don't see it as something that ties you together forever. They see it as a thing like fatherhood is not that big of a commitment. Having a baby is not that big of a commitment, because if I wake up tomorrow and decide that I don't want to do this anymore, I could just get up and leave. In a marriage, I cannot do that. At least not without it costing me something. So I do think that aspect of it is very telling. Like, he doesn't think that you guys are in a good place or like strong enough to get married and be husband and wife, but he does think that you're strong enough to have a child together. He is telling you that when things get hard, he will dip without a care in the world. That is what he is saying. But on the topic that everyone brings up, which is like, I can't believe she's a baby mama instead of a wife, and that kind of tone, which to me is just 100% ridiculous, especially when we are talking about somebody in a certain tax bracket, right? Like when people talk about Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, I see a lot of comments people being like, I can't believe Rihanna just ended up somebody's baby mother. Like, this is disgusting. They've been together so long, they're not going to get married. And it's like, Rihanna has absolutely nothing, not a single thing to gain from marrying that man. She is worth 10 times what he is worth. All he becomes is a liability to her if she signs those papers. And I've made the argument time and time again that your push for marriage and like bullying women and shaming women for not being engaged, for not being married, is really just patriarchy that you are selling back to other women. You just happen to rebrand it as like the smart choice. But like, you became so feminist that you made a full circle all the way right back to being right wing. Like that push of like, ugh, you're a baby mama and not a wife, is just right wing talking points. Women of a certain tax bracket, women who earn a certain amount, women who have the potential to earn a certain amount, have very little to gain from marrying a man. Good examples of this would be Mary J. Blige. We had Adele. We have Kelly Clarkson, Tisha Campbell. All women who, instead of becoming baby moms, became wives, and it cost them damn near their entire fortune because they married the wrong man and they had to pay the consequences of it. Cardi B is another great example of this, who became the wife instead of just being the baby mother. But like, Cardi B arguably gained absolutely nothing from that marriage. If anything, she lost a bunch of shit from that marriage, a bunch of years of her life. It also cost her a bunch of money to divorce him. He held her. I don't even think her divorce is official yet. He simply was holding her hostage and refusing to sign divorce papers because that's what he wanted to do. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are another example, right? Where like, she married and she also married her equal, right? Because he was just as powerful and just as rich as she was, right? And like, technically she had nothing to lose by getting into this marriage. Do you know it took them over a decade, 10 years from the moment that they filed for those divorce papers for them to officially be divorced? And even then, it wasn't an official divorce. It was just that a judge granted them the right to like call themselves single. Till this day, their divorce is still not finalized. They are still in court every 6 months fighting each other. Can you imagine that? Wanting to break up with somebody, wanting to be free of someone, and having to spend the next 10 years of your life fighting with them so that they can let you go? I'm sorry, but stop painting marriage as the solution to everything, as the thing that will solve everything, when in reality, in actuality, a lot of women have a lot to lose by deciding to get married, by not being extremely careful when they're making the choice to marry someone. Back to why I'm expressing my disappointment when the girls announce a pregnancy. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're not married, and everything to do with the fact, with a few things. But number one is if the girls are getting pregnant while their career is just taking off. It's like, that man is manipulating you. That man is purposely trying to trap you, trying to tie you to him forever. That man is purposely trying to slow you down, and you fell for it. Little Kim, Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell are all women who decide to have children out of wedlock, right? And did you see me bat an eye? I didn't. Congrats to them. I'm happy for them. It seems like they really wanted to be mothers. I'm glad it worked out for them. Why did I not care even though they weren't married? Because they had already passed their career peaks. Because they hit all of their personal career goals, and then we're in a point in life where they're like, I can settle down now. I can slow down and focus on other things now because I hit every goal in my career that I wanted to hit. I'm accomplished. I created a legacy and a name for myself, and now I can focus on something else. Girls are brand new to the industry, are brand new to the game, getting pregnant. What are you doing? What are you doing right now? Cardi B getting pregnant the first time right before her debut album, bonkers. But that was insane. And then continuing to get pregnant every single time she was supposed to put out her album instead. Again, Cardi B's a hustler, so it worked out for her. Congratulations. Still absolutely bonkers, insane choices. Millie, her career just taking off, just found her flow, literally has the biggest song of her career, immediately gets pregnant. What's happening? Make the argument that Latto has been in the industry 10 years, but Latto literally just started to truly pop off. She literally just found her look. She just found her sound. Like, Latto only has like 2 songs that have ever been on Billboard Hot 100. Like, Latto may have been around for a long time, and we might have known her and spoken about her, but Latto literally just started being successful. Her career is quite literally just now taking off, even though she's been in the game for so long. Like, her career and the moves are starting to make sense. They're starting to pay off right now. Rumors swirling on the internet that Glorilla might be pregnant, and it's just like, is this your first boyfriend ever? Like, there's another thing to that. Another thing that pisses me off. It's like, you guys don't have to get pregnant by every boyfriend you have. Like, it's not like most of you are. If you were all in long-term relationships and even like 8 years, a decade together, and then you used to have a baby, okay. But you've been with him like a year. There's other ways to show a man you love him besides for having his baby. Don't get it. I think there's a side conversation to be had that specifically with the girls in hip hop, the reason why they keep getting pregnant, the female rappers keep getting pregnant, is because they are dating these men who are known to keep a cluster of women, a rotation of women around, right? And they want to make sure that everyone knows that they're the most important one, that they're the most special one, that they're the one that he likes the most, and that's why they'll get pregnant. But that's an entirely different conversation to be had. Seeing people in the comment section being like, Megan is our only hope. If Megan gets pregnant, it's over. And I want to say to that if Megan Thee Stallion gets pregnant by Clay, if she announces she's pregnant tomorrow, I wouldn't care. I would clap for her. I would actually be excited for her. Like, congratulations. Why? Because Megan has hit all of her career goals. She graduated college. She got her Grammys. She got her #1 singles. She solidified and created a legacy for herself in pop culture. She is currently on Broadway. Everything that she's ever wanted to do. I'm sure there's more things she wants to do, but I'm saying she's created a legacy for herself. She's created a name for herself. She has solidified herself in pop culture. So if she decided right now that she went to take a break to have a baby, I'd be like, you've earned it. You've worked hard enough. You've earned it. You hit everything that you want to do. You've done it. So go ahead, have your baby. Megan having a baby right now would not derail her career, especially not with the boyfriend that she has. If Sweetie popped out pregnant today, I also would not be mad. I'd be like, congratulations to her. She has also reached her career peak. Like, you're doing nothing. A baby is not going to derail that. A baby is not going to get in the way of that. Go ahead, have your baby. It's fine. In the way of that. Go ahead, have your baby. It's fine. Also, another thing, too, is that both Sweetie and Megan have dated around, and I don't mean that in, like, a slut-shaming way. I mean it in a way that, like, a lot of the girls feel like a man loving them is enough reason to have a man's baby, and you're not picky enough when you're choosing your baby daddies. And, like, most of these girls are getting pregnant by their first high-profile boyfriend. It's like, you're not even dating around. You're not even being picky. He just said he liked you, so then you gave him a baby. That's weird. If Megan or Sweetie got pregnant right now in the relationships that they're currently in, I would have known that they've been picky, that they've been choosy. These men have shown them something different than all the other guys that would make them believe that he would be a good father. He did more than just like her. He did more than just love her for her to decide, you know what? Yeah, I will have a baby by him. If either of these girls got pregnant right now at the baby father and not giving a baby to every single boyfriend you have, their baby father, and not giving a baby to every single boyfriend you have. And I'm sorry, a man loving you is not enough reason to give him a baby. It's not. It's not a good enough reason.
There's no damn way y'all on this bitch acting shocked that people expected someone who made millions off of telling women they're poor and I'm rich and I'm better than you because you have kids and I don't. Big mama, no kids. I'm better than you. There's no way you're acting shocked that people were expecting her to choose differently. I thought you were going to choose differently, sis. And only because that's what you said you were going to do. You have more resources, more access. You got rich niggas. Rich nigga. It's not about single mothers, period. It's not about you and your baby daddy. That's why I think this conversation is really triggering to people, because y'all are projecting. It's not about having kids out of marriage, wedlock. That is the surface level of this shit. It's about people getting paid millions to promote messages, standards, ideas that they don't live by themselves and that are harmful to the collective right now in the state of the world. It's about y'all trying so hard to separate yourselves from other women, right? That you put these standards on yourself to feel like you're better than me, just to not live by those fucking standards yourself. The word that y'all can take from the situation is humility, because that's what the world needs right now. It's the age of fucking Aquarius. Then the world needs humility, authenticity. We are not asking y'all to be perfect. We're asking you to be authentic. And getting paid millions for promoting a standard you don't live by yourself does not feel authentic. It feels like propaganda. And I need y'all to remember big words like that when you're having these fucking conversations. It's not about your baby daddy. This is propaganda. This is agendas. This is fucking war, especially at a time like this. Like, music is everything. Stop minimizing our Black art forms by pretending that these things don't fucking matter, because they do. Latto's not your fucking sister. She's not you. She's an artist, just like the rest of these women. And I would be lying to you if I said I'm not noticing a pattern, because I don't gotta lie, bitch, because no one's gonna whoop my ass.
And I'm sorry, but this might be a controversial take, but I find it rich that they were talking about this is colorism, that y'all didn't drag Latto, but y'all dragged Claressa Shields. First of all, everybody knows that the vitriol y'all dragged Latto with for like 2 weeks straight doesn't come anywhere near anything Claressa Shields has gotten. First of all, I don't see Black women dragging Claressa Shields. Do I see them roasting her outfits or kikiing about her in comment sections? Yeah, but to be honest, the outfits are bad. Her energy is weird. Like, I don't think anybody should be bullied, especially somebody who clearly isn't working with a full deck of cards. Like, the girl clearly isn't all there. Like, developmentally. Like, I don't know what's going on there. So in that regard, I don't agree with how people are treating her. But to be honest, the most I've seen black women do is roast her outfits, and like clap back at her in comment sections. I did not see black women coming at Claressa Shields with a bunch of vitriol. And honestly, the most hilarious thing about the whole they're attacking Claressa Shields but giving Latto a pass. First of all, 2 years ago, y'all dragged Remy Ma because y'all believed a bot internet rumor that claimed that she was cheating on Papoose and that she had been doing all these things and she was mistreating him and had a whole nigga on the side. Y'all dragged Remy Ma without any proof, without any evidence. They grown married people. Y'all not in their marriage. Y'all don't know what's going on with them. This woman was locked up for like 15 years. You're dumb as hell if you really think their marriage never took a toll. I'm not surprised it's been exposed that Papoose was a manipulator. Most black men that present themselves are manipulators, that present themselves in the way that Papoose does. Most of them are manipulators because and there's always something else going on the side.
Claressa Shields be watching the fuck out Remy, okay? Remy popped out yesterday. She was fur shopping. Now, it did sound like it was Papoose behind the camera laughing, okay? But I digress. Remy popped out looking good, and her best friend Juju was in the comments, and she said, face tea, body tea, energy tea, my bestie just tea, right? Boosting up her friend as she should, right? So then Claressa Shields was out shopping yesterday. I think she spent like $30,000 at the Louis Vuitton store. And of course, she had to come online and record it and brag about it. Ugh. But the caption people are saying was shade towards Remy. Like it's given that she's in competition with her, and we've been trying to tell y'all that. Because how you get tea, I'm tea, bitch, period. That's the post. Where you get that from? Where did you get that from, girl? She is watching this lady page and it's actually sick. Y'all owe Remy a big apology because she tried to tell y'all that this girl is obsessed with her, and y'all called her a hater, y'all called her bitter, but she didn't want the man. She let the man go, and the girl and the man won't leave her alone. And this is why people keep saying it's so hard to like Claressa Shields. Like, it's given that she has a point to prove when it comes to Papoose, and it's honestly very cringy. She's trying to prove so bad that Papoose loves her more than Remy because she know Remy is the one that can snatch that man back, and I keep trying to tell y'all that. I don't care what y'all say, Claressa Shields.
How it feel, mommy, to be the third and second baby mother of a nigga who could potentially go back to his exes? How it feel? To his last family. How does it feel? I don't give a fuck if you're pregnant, bitch. How does it feel? You happy? You happy? That his other bitch could literally call one of y'all and be like, come pick up the kids. How it feel? How it feel? Now when you got kids you don't even know lying around. Stepmother. Stepmother. It feel good. He went to go bring the kids a gift. He went to go bring the kids a gift. Ooh. You know what that means. Stick in the box.
Lesson for the day for my fellow women, all women, every last one of you, black, white, and other, don't care. Here's the lesson. Stop protecting these men's reputation and their image because it will turn around and bite you in the backside. What do I mean? You see so many women get on these platforms and portray their man to be everything that in reality they are not. And when the situation goes bad, they break up, they get a divorce, then you are dealing with a woman sitting there trying to tell the world the actual truth, and then nobody believes her. You see it with Papoose right now. A lot of people believe him that he was this black love and he was doing everything, and it's because she portrayed him to be that. If he is not that in reality, and no man is perfect, no relationship is perfect, you need to put out the truth, because when the ish hit the fan, nobody is going to believe you. That's including family and friends and strangers who don't even know y'all but have a parasocial relationship with you on social media. Stop doing that. Tell the truth. No relationship is perfect. Not one. And that includes yours. So start telling the truth.
And yeah, and if you think that he was being loyal for 15 years and never running around with nobody else, you're delusional. But yeah, so y'all dragged Remy Ma about 2 years ago, claiming that she had a side nigga on Papoose. Come to find out, you don't even see Remy Ma running around with this alleged side dude. You don't see them posted up. You don't see them flexing their relationship. Not that I do. Maybe she does, but I haven't seen it. What I see is Papoose and Claressa Shields. So that tells me everything I need to know. Whenever you see people that was in a relationship for a long time and one person is chilling, minding their business, Remy Ma looks great. She lost a lot of weight. She got her makeup artist and her wigs be on point. Remy Ma looks beautiful. Like, she seems really at peace. You can tell she's matured. Remy Ma is chilling. Remy Ma is good. It's Papoose who ran out to get a developmentally delayed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to even go there, but you know what I mean? Like, the dynamic says everything, everything it is. And what I was gonna say was that, unfortunately, like, this might be a controversial take, but if 21 Savage went off and had a baby with a celebrity that looked the same way as the wife or as Claressa Shields, none of them would be dragging her, I'm not gonna say they wouldn't be dragging her. They wouldn't be dragging her in the same way, and they wouldn't be using the same moral compass, fake argument with her. Because when it comes to light-skinned women, I noticed they use all of these moral arguments and try to make it seem like light-skinned women are just running around fucking everybody's man and we're just loose and we just have no boundaries for relationships, when in reality, one of the biggest reasons why black men worshipers push that narrative about light-skinned women is because they know black men don't have any boundaries. They know black men don't respect their relationships. They know black men are thirsty as hell for anybody lighter than them. They know these things, so they project that onto other women. Like, it's true. So yeah, if the newest baby mama looked the same as 21 Savage's wife, you definitely would not see all this outrage. They're outraged because of Latto's aesthetics and because of, again, the appearance of the situation. But yeah, I did not see a bunch of black women dragging Claressa Shields for being with a married dude. I did not see that. If I missed it, then please send it to me. I'm not saying it never happened, but did it happen in mass? No, because Claressa Shields not even that relevant. Claressa Shields don't even pull enough weight on social media as much as Latto does. You know what I mean? So it's like, why would people even come at them with the same, vitriol when they not even celebrities in the same realm? Even Papoose. Like, Papoose ain't even on the same level as 21 Savage. So it's like, it's not even, yeah, of course people are not gonna, or I don't know. It's just a weird comparison. But yeah, the funny thing about it is that the main people that I saw coming at Claressa Shields with the most vitriol were black men, mostly 50 Cent and other black dudes clowning her looks. Like I said, I did see a lot of black women roasting her outfits as well. But when I saw people talking about her looks and like comparing her to a man and like defeminizing her and stuff like that, that was black men doing all that stuff. So I find it really funny that black men come at black women with the most vitriol. They attack women like Claressa Shields all day, but then black women turn around and put on rose-colored glasses and pretend like they don't see that going on, and then want to look at Latto and say, oh well, you're not getting dragged like Claressa Shields, you're getting privilege. You know what they really mean by that? They mean that, oh, black men don't drag you, so you have privilege. Because I mostly see black men dragging women like Claressa Shields, you have a privilege. That's what that really is. No tangibles outside of the black community, no headlines in People magazine or any other white blogs. This is all about who black men drag first. A lot of it is. And so if it had been a bunch of black men dragging Latto, I think that the black worshipers would have been satisfied. But they're not gonna drag Latto because black men don't give a fuck about this dynamic, because they like this dynamic. They don't care about their relationships. They want to have a bunch of light-skinned side chicks to bust up in and have kids with at their discretion, and then have their dark-skinned side chicks on Instagram trying to compete with the new baby mama. They like this dynamic. So yeah, of course they're not going to drag Latto, but they're going to have 1,005 jokes about Claressa Shields because they know black men worshipers are going to ignore it and continue to watch their trash, ignorant ass shows and continue to kiki on their Instagram page. And then you're going to turn around and drag pregnant women. So they're all goofy as hell. But again, black men are the common denominator here. Black men are the ones causing the highest level of damage because, again, who now just ruined and made 2 broken homes? Who now just led on and emotionally abused 2 women? Because you cannot tell me that these women were not coerced into this dynamic. Nobody chooses that. Mind you, I said in one of my shorts that it's probably a green card marriage, which I do believe that is some type of arrangement, but that does not mean he don't care about this wife. Clearly he does. So they run around creating drama and mess everywhere that they go. And then y'all sit around and put blame on the woman talking about why you didn't respect their marriage vows. Why is your husband collectively, why are these men not respecting your marriage vows? Why are they not respecting marriage enough at all to have kids with you at all? Because it seems like half of Atlanta is pregnant by Offset, Future, or Stephon Diggs. Yet you're sitting here mad at Latto. Like,
what's up, y'all? Class is back in session, and tonight these people are on the docket in a case that I would like to call Avian Avengers and Baby Mama Befrienders. Lock in, ladies. This one is for us. The photos of the Savage family have hit the net, and I want to submit my first piece of evidence, the League of Baby Mama Befrienders. Let us examine this group of women, and let us talk about the casualties that they have endured as a result of befriending the baby mamas. All right, now most of the men at the center of these cases suffer from arrested development. And the pipeline that I'm talking about specifically is the rags to bitches pipeline. So a lot of the BMs are avian avengers because they knew the man before the bag. You get what I'm saying? And because they knew him before the bag, they are by default a beneficiary of some sort to everything that is going on, especially if they were active in parenting the child or children. Also, there's a birth order supremacy that comes into play. Even when we talk about just cases of men that are in our demographics that have a lot of baby mamas, the birth order definitely comes into play as the men triangulate the women against each other. Another thing that the avian avengers have in their corner is leverage and intel because they knew the nigga before the bag. And you have to remember that even though they will befriend you and they will play nice with you, they're always playing for the home team. They're always looking out for their best interests first. And when you are a woman in these situations, especially a woman with some money, you have to know that you are adding to the baby daddy's pot. And I'm taking it back to my first lesson on this one because this person, again, suffers from the new complex. And she is green and naive, and she is falling victim to the he know where home at cause. He know where home at. And as a result of that, we're getting the savage slumber party. Don't go chasing waterfalls, y'all, because this girl is swimming in some water that she knows nothing about. You ain't never been took through there until you've been took through there by a nigga and his baby mamas. Y'all stay safe. Lock in.
but yeah, anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say. And I already mentioned this in my other video or like about a month ago or so, about how even Claressa Shields, again, she's a black man worshiper herself, and she was on Instagram popping shit talking about light-skinned women are the main ones who hated on her. Meanwhile, all of these roasting videos that I've seen, I have yet to see any light-skinned woman or man talking about her. I have yet to see it. I'm not saying it don't exist, but I just, again, have yet to see it. And this is another thing that they do. They will create a false reality where they claim that there's all of these mythical light-skinned people hating on them and talking about them and trolling them and giving them a hard time. Meanwhile, when you go check the receipts and when you go reload your Instagram page, the only people talking shit is a bunch of brown skin and dark skin black men. like make it make sense. But yeah, she was popping shit talking about light skinned women are hating on her, but Winter Blanco turned around and defended her. And I didn't see nobody talking about that. So I always found that situation ironic. Just like I've never seen Latto talk negatively about black women at all. Like I've never seen her say anything colorist. I've never seen her or heard her say anything like ignorant or anything. All she did was call herself Latto, which, I mean, she is a mulatto. Like, what's the problem? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, just from that alone, they were always going to be looking at her with the side eye and always be ready to pounce from the jump. I already knew that. So I'm not surprised that they reacted this way. But yeah, I just feel like the response towards light-skinned women is always way disproportionate and like completely over exaggerated. But when you present the realistic facts that the common denominator here and the problematic person here that's literally ruined multiple lives in this situation is the black man. Not the multiracial woman, not his side chick, I mean, not whatever other side chicks, not his dark-skinned wife. The problem is 21 Savage. So I don't understand why we're having colorism conversations about people who don't respect their marriage at all. Like, this is a silly conversation, and this is why I've also come to the conclusion that the colorism conversation now has been completely co-opted. It is not a feminist conversation anymore. It is a black man worshiper conversation. Now, I'm trying my best to recenter the conversation to its original place and its original purpose, but I worry that it's been so gentrified at this point that there just might not be any just salvaging it. But here we are, we carry on. But yeah, get in the comment section, let me know what y'all thought about this video. Thanks for all the support. Peace.
My baby father think all these years later I'm still about to be sitting on the phone arguing with him in front of my kid? Bitch, fuck you. Die slow. That's why I got you deported in the first place. Your mouth. Shut the fuck up. Talk too fucking much. What Cardi said? Got my baby daddy acting like my baby mama. Like a bitch.